Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, February 27th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. So, as always, we start off on the US dollar index because that basically tells us what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. Now, this moves down and sideways that we've been getting looks extremely corrective, so we got our Fibonacci retracement on here. I've been saying for weeks now that this is either an A or a 1, this move down is either a B or a 2, and we're currently either in a wave 3 or a wave C. This sideways down movement that we have really makes me think that this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is actually eventually going to take off and make a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5, which means that this is not an ABC correction, but potentially this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3 by the looks of it. My weekly and monthly time frame analysis do make me think that the dollar is going to be bullish for most of the spring and probably most of the summer, and then probably in the fall is when it's going to become very bearish again, completing a wave B of a WXY pattern, so a wave B of wave Y. So if that's true, then we definitely are going to potentially get a bearish euro, pound, Aussie, bullish dollar CAD, bullish dollar Swiss. So going down to roughly the 4-hour time frame range, I think is probably about as slow as we need to go on this pattern because, like I said, I mean, this looks like a wave 1. This looks extremely corrective and sideways like a wave 2. I still think there's a good chance this thing is eventually, maybe it's not today, maybe it's next week, but I think eventually it's going to take off in a big old wave 3. We do have a pretty nice little double bottom at the 50%. It could have potentially have already ended the pullback, and it potentially could be already heading up. If you go down to like the 1 hour time frame, this is where you can put your Fibonacci retracement on the last push up right here. And you can see that price is trying to respect the 61% Fibonacci. It definitely looks like a potential 1, 2, 3 ways down. Nice little 61% Fibonacci bounce. And hopefully the dollar is going to continue to be bullish, which means we potentially are going to be looking for shorts on the euro, the pound, and the Aussie, longs on the dollar CAD, and longs on the dollar Swiss. I don't trade the Kiwi dollar, which is why I don't have it on my list, and it's basically exactly the same as the Aussie dollar. So starting off with the euro dollar, like I've been saying for a while now, I mean, this pattern on the daily does make you think that it could do this, but because of my US dollar analysis, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Plus, this is an extremely sideways, slow moving market. If it was really going up for a wave C or a wave 3 like this, it would be impulsive. This move right here is not impulsive whatsoever, making me think that it is very likely going to end up going down, probably even bouncing from the 38% and continuing the downtrend from there. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally am definitely looking for shorts. As of right now, I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. This move down is very overlapping, but it is 5 waves for sure. And then this move up is also very overlapping, which is 5 waves also. Made a nice little 78% fib bounce. This right here could be the top of a pullback right here. If this right here is the top of a pullback, it's not just the Fibonacci bounce that confirms that. It's the Fibonacci bounce in a breakup structure, which we don't have yet. So if you're already short, fine, hold on to your short. If it goes down and breaks structure, that's what's going to help confirm that it's a good trade to potentially hold on to and ride down because the trend potentially is going to continue down on the much higher time frames. So moving on to the pound dollar, going back up to the daily time frame. Pretty much exactly the same story on the pound dollar. I mean, I've been saying for a while now that this looks like it could do this. It looks like it could go up on this time frame. But because of my dollar analysis, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Plus, if this really was going up, this would be going up impulsively. It would be doing something like this right here. This is not an impulsive move right here. This is a corrective move. Really makes me think that this thing is going to keep on going down, especially based on the US dollar analysis. Moving on to the 1 hour time frame is where we get our Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive move down. We already got one wave up, we got one sideways wave, we got another wave up. So we potentially already have a 3-wave pullback. We are at the 50%. It could go up a little higher, don't get me wrong. I mean, it could go to the 61 potentially or even the 78. But if it does break to the downside at any one of these fib levels, I am definitely going to take it as a short. The trend is down on the daily. The trend is up on the US dollar index. That means I'm looking for shorts on the pound dollar. Now, moving on to the Aussie dollar, like I've been saying for a while now, the Aussie dollar is quite a bit different because it's much, much stronger than most of the other pairs. But obviously, if the dollar turns up, this potentially is going to turn down. I still think it looks like potentially impulsive corrective, probably going to lead to another impulsive, whether it's an ABC pullback to this move up and then it makes a higher low and goes up. or whether it goes down and breaks structure, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Really, potentially, I would still actually be looking for longs on this one just because the weekly is up based on the structure and the market flow, and the daily is also up based on the structure and the market flow. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are in a little bit of a move down yet right now. So what do we want to do? We want to put our Fibonacci retracement on the last push up. If we get price going down to any one of these fib levels and then breaking to the upside, then I definitely think we should still continue to look for longs, even though our US dollar analysis also wants us to be looking for longs. The reason why is because the Aussie is continuing to be a very strong currency. And we are definitely still in an uptrend on every single time frame, which means that anything we see to the downside could just be a pullback to the last wave up. So definitely keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. Those are probably going to act as real good support areas. There's a nice little top right here that lines up really well with the 61%. So maybe that will be the area where this actually does turn back to the upside. Moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD has been going sideways for quite a few days now. It makes me really think that it's very corrective. I mean, maybe it's going to go down to the 38% retracement before it goes up, but I still think that this potentially could grow into a 1, 2, 3 also, exactly like what I said on the dollar index. I've been saying it's either an ABC or a 1, 2, 3. It looks to me like it's stretching out into a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Potentially we're in a wave 2 right now. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, price is kind of respecting this Fibonacci level right here, this daily time frame fib level, so it definitely looks like this could potentially go up. Like I always say, it's not just the Fibonacci bounce, it's the Fibonacci bounce in a break of structure that confirms a turn. So far, we haven't broken any structure. The structure's right here on the 1 hour, so if it makes a lower high and keeps pushing down, then that potentially is no entry to go long. If it makes a lower high and goes and takes out this swing, you definitely don't want to be long. At that point, it would probably go down to like the 38% before it actually goes up. Looks like based on the dollar index that it could go up, it could break structure, and it could start a brand new uptrend, which is why I would definitely be keeping an eye on it. Technically, the daily did turn down, so if it doesn't break structure and it does make a lower high, I think it would be worth shorting it down to the 38, maybe even down to the 50% Fibonacci retracement. And moving on to the US dollar Swiss, the analysis on this is also exactly the same as the US dollar analysis. I've been saying for several weeks now, this is the first push up as an A or a 1, this is either a B or a 2, and we're either in a wave 3 or a wave C. I personally think this is not a wave C because I think this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern forming. It looks to me like a lot of these dollar pairs are in a wave 2. If this really is a wave 2, then this thing eventually, it doesn't have to be today, but maybe next week, could end up starting a big old push up for wave 3. So we definitely want to look at this move down right here as potentially a pullback within an uptrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame is where we would put our Fibonacci retracement, right? Because if the trend is up, then every move we see to the downside, we want to assume it's nothing more than a pullback on the sort of time frames, likely a pullback to the last impulse to move up. So we have, a very overlapping pattern to the downside. We got 61% that we're sitting at now. If it makes an engulfing move to the upside, I definitely will be taking this one as a long, especially with the higher time frame analysis and especially with the US dollar analysis being very, very bullish. This is actually on the top of my list of one of the pairs that I am watching today because it looks like it's very corrective to the downside and it made a very nice impulsive move to the upside yesterday. So hopefully it makes another nice impulsive move to the upside today. Moving on to gold. Boy, gold has been very sideways. Kind of makes me glad that I don't trade gold. Gold is the only pair on this list that I don't trade, and it's because I'm from America and you can't trade gold on a margin account if you live in America. So I am not a gold trader, even though I do analyze it. I still think that gold is going up to the 78% Fibonacci retracement, which is right around 5,345. So this is still my target for this move up, but it's not like I'm saying that this is going to go here and then turn down. It could go here, bounce, go up, bounce, and make higher highs, higher lows literally the whole way up. It does not have to stop here. Like I've been saying for weeks now, it looks like an A, it looks like a B, it looks like it could bounce from a failed level and go down like this. It definitely does look like that is the most likely outcome. But gold is still in an uptrend on the monthly, still in an uptrend on the weekly, still in an uptrend on the daily. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This is definitely still an uptrend on the daily. Go down to the 4 hour time frame. Definitely still an uptrend on the 4 hour. No reason to say not. Go down to the 1 hour, and this is where you start coming up with bearish analysis, because I still think this on the 1 hour looks like a wave A and a wave B, and it still looks like it could go down and make a wave C before it actually does go up. On the 1 hour time frame, I still think this is the most likely outcome, but I would not be recommending trying to short this. I really don't even like to draw this on the chart, because I know people are going to look at this and say, oh, you told me to go short. I would never, ever, ever look at a chart that is in an uptrend on the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour. I would never, ever look at a chart like this, go down to the 1 hour, and think it's a good time to go short. I still would be doing absolutely nothing but looking for longs. It could literally do this. If it does do this, then fine. I would allow it to do this. I would allow it to go down, take out this low, and then I would just go long down here, because this short is very unpredictable. When you're in an uptrend on every single time frame and you go down to these sort of time frames and think it's a good time to go short, it's usually a really good recipe to lose money. So I am definitely still looking for longs. It's a very, very sideways market right now. I think eventually it's either going to do this, or potentially it is going to go down and do that. Either way, I would still be looking for longs in an uptrend. Moving on to the yen pairs. Yen pairs are definitely still very bullish. We are sitting at a pretty important resistance area. The 78% is definitely an important area. If it breaks down here, then I will be more than happy to start looking for shorts. If it just keeps looking like this, then we've been looking for longs ever since this bullish candle down here. So if it just keeps on going up, that really should not be a problem, should it? Going down to the 1 hour time frame. So if it's in an uptrend on the daily, that means anything we see to the downside is potentially just a pullback within an uptrend. Put our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. This is another really nice trade that happened in the Asian session. Yen pairs have been making some very nice trades in the Asian session lately, which unfortunately for me is like 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's not trades that I normally take. But really, it looks like this pullback is over. It looks like the trend is already back up. I mean, it definitely looks like a three-way pullback. It looks like a Fibonacci bounce. It looks like a break of structure. This is a very good example of what I would be looking for every single day for entries. Like I said, the only problem with this entry is it happened at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was sleeping. The euro yen, though, is a trade that I am long, and I've actually been long on. Very, very nice trade. Definitely, you go back up to the daily time frame. There's definitely still no Fibonacci bounce. There's still no engulfing to the downside. There's still no lower high. We've been looking for longs ever since this day way back here, which was a couple weeks ago. And if it just keeps going up, we're looking for longs anyway. So it doesn't matter if it keeps going up. If it goes to a Fibonacci level and goes to the downside, breaks to the downside, then we'll simply stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts. We should be able to tell when this trend is over, and we'll switch directions when we see it complete. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, I am already long on this, and I do save every single trade I take with the group at the exact time of entry. So if you're following along, you potentially are already long also. We put our Fibonacci retracement on here. We had a nice 61% Fib bounce. To be honest with you, I actually got long at the 50% right here, but still a very, very nice trade. I would have been sleeping at this point, as I said, because this entry actually happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. It looks like the end of a correction, and it looks like hopefully it's going to make its way up to the 78%. The 78% is my next area of resistance on the daily. It's right around the 185, which is where my take profit is. 185, one area is where I would be looking to take profit on this long. And moving on to the pound yen. The pound is actually not as strong as it has been, but price is definitely still up on the daily. You know, it did break to the upside. It looked like it was going down. It never engulfed to the downside. It went down and rejected that area. I mean, the trend is definitely still up based on market flow, and it might potentially keep going up. It might just go back up and retest this and turn down, or it might just keep on going up. If it just keeps on going up, we're looking for longs, so that should not be a problem whatsoever. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, the pound is not as strong as it was earlier in the week. It definitely found some weakness. Right now, we have a Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up. We definitely got a nice 50% fib bounce. It is breaking structure, but I would like to see it, breaking a little bit stronger than it did. Hopefully, this right here is the end of a pullback on all the yen pairs, and hopefully it's now continuing the uptrend. And hopefully, we'll just continue to look for logs every single chance we get and just keep on raking in the profits. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.